Hi, welcome students for another revision module of Social and Political Life, Class 6, Indian Constitution and Equality. So we have already discussed about discrimination in our previous module. We have also discussed about the stereotyping, prejudice. In this module, as a revision, we will be discussing more on the Indian Constitution and how the equality is maintained as per the Constitution of the country. We have already discussed about discrimination. As you know, discrimination is a situation in which a group of individuals is treated unfavorably based on prejudice. So discrimination happens when you stop someone from taking part in certain activities and taking up jobs, or stop them from living in certain neighborhoods, prevent them from taking water from the same well or hand pump, or not to give tea in the same cups or glasses as others or you own. You are discriminating against them. Discrimination can take place because of several reasons. It can be religion, it can be racial, it can be based on the casteism. So various reasons are there on which discrimination can happen. So in this module, as revision, we will be discussing more on Indian Constitution and equality. So we will be discussing on Indian Constitution and equality, right of people in the Constitution, striving for equality, and at last a small fun activity for you. So we have the following objectives. Students will understand the following. The struggle for freedom against the British opened the eyes of the people. Right of people in the Constitution. Discrimination and equality continue to exist even today in some form or the other, unless we put an end to inequality and provide opportunities to all the people. So here, these are our learning goals. Now, Constitution of India provides for equality before the law, equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. So, Constitution of India provides for equality. All the citizens of the people before the law or equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. So, within the territory, you can say, of the country, all peoples are treated equally. Discrimination is primarily the result of social bias. It leads to the denial of opportunities to people. Leading them to the backwardness. This also leads to inequality in the society. Discrimination contributes to conditions where certain people are not even given the basic rights to lead a dignified life befitting a human being. So discrimination takes place on the basis of religion, race, caste, and gender. This is going on even today, despite the modern societies flaunting their democratic status. So, in this module, we are focusing more on the Constitution. What has been mentioned in the Constitution, the article, the act, which maintains equality among the people of the country. So in the Constitution of India, we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into sovereign democratic republic and secure to all its citizens. So all the peoples, the citizens of the country, has been secured in terms of justice, social, economic and political. Liberty, the freedom is there of thought, expression, belief, faith, worship. Equality in terms of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all. Fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constitution Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution. So all this was discussed, and in the Constitution which was accepted November 1949, with these provisions to the peoples that each citizen of the country, of this nation, India, you can say, is protected in terms of justice. If we talk about the social justice, justice in terms of economic and political issues, they are treated equally. Liberty, already as I discussed, expresses the freedom of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. So we have freedom of thought, freedom of expression, belief, faith and worship. Nobody can stop. Each citizen of the country have these freedom in terms of equality, of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them. So whether on the basis of gender, religion, caste, all peoples of the nation are treated equally. Whether it is the job opportunities in the nation, whether it is participation in any competitions, all people of the nations are treated equally. Fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual. Everyone has the self-respect and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constitution Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt. So it was adopted in November 1949, the Constitution of India, and give to ourselves this Constitution. So here is one example which is mentioned in our Constitution as Article 14 of the Constitution of India. Provides for equality before the law or equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. The state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or the equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. So in this way, there are many articles which are present in our Constitution, which has been adopted and followed by the people, and which protects the people from various kind of various kinds of discrimination, you can say, and maintains the equality in the country. So here you can say we all are united, whether you talk of different religion, caste, all peoples in the nation, they are equal in front of the Constitution. So this unity is maintained in the nation with the help of the Constitution, by the Act and Articles present in the Constitution. And that is why we can say that India is the country where a lot of people with different religion, caste, they live in harmony. The struggle for freedom against the British opened the eyes of the people. It was a united struggle of all the people of India against the British for equality. People learned the real meaning of freedom and fought not only against the British but also aimed to establish a country which sees all its citizens as equal. So these are very important lines. I would like to repeat it for you again. The struggle for freedom against the British opened the eyes of the people. It was a united struggle of all the people of India against the British for equality. People learned the real meaning of freedom and fought not only against the British but also aimed to establish a country which sees all its citizens as equal. Our Constitution provides that the state shall not discriminate against any citizens on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex or region. It is important for all people to be equal because only then our society would develop in true sense of the term. It is our right to be treated equally. So it is our Constitution provides that the states shall not discriminate. So you know that we have many states in the country. So it is the responsibility of the Constitution that state should not discriminate against any citizens, any people, you can say, in terms of the religion, race, caste, sex or region, wherever they belong to. So this is very important part of our Constitution. India became independent on 15th August 1947 and the Constitution of India came into force on 26th January 1950. The makers of the Constitution were aware of the diversity prevalent in our country and realized that they had to overcome the problem of discrimination in our society. So when after the independence in August 1947, the Constitution of India came into force on 26th January 1950. So the makers of the Constitution were aware of the diversity prevalent in our country. You know that India is a diverse country with different people of religion, caste, you can say. And they realized that they had to overcome the problem of discrimination in our society. So discrimination, inequality, or you can say that they realized, they knew that what is the problem, basic problem in the country and how to overcome it. The Constitution framers, particularly Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who had himself faced social discrimination in his own life, accepted the diversity in India and sought to provide equal rights and opportunities to everyone in free India. So he was amongst one of the framers of the Constitution of the nation, you can say, who had himself faced. So he himself faced social discrimination in his own life and accepted the diversity in India and sought to provide equal rights and opportunities to everyone in free India. So you can say the preamble of the Constitution of India states that India is a sovereign, social, secular, democratic republic. India adopted a secular look, and people were allowed to follow their customs and practice their religion and celebrate their festivals in any way they deemed fit. India did not adopt any religion as state religion. So this is very important aspect of our constitution. We did not adopt any religion as a state religion. So the constitution granted equal opportunities to people of all social and economic groups. Our constitution provides that the state shall not discriminate against any citizens on the basis of religion, race, caste, etc. It is important for all people to be equal, because only then our society would develop in true sense of the term. It is our right to be treated equally. It is our right to be given due respect. It is our right to be given equal opportunities. In absence of all these, our life will be hell. Our personality will be suppressed. Hence, we need equality so that we may go ahead without any regrets. We may prove ourselves helpful in the development of the society and country. Our constitution provides that the state shall not discriminate against any citizen. So again, as we did that our constitution provides that the state shall not discriminate against any citizen on the basis of religion, race, caste, and so on. It is important for all people to be equal, because only then our society will develop in true sense of it. It is our right to be treated equally. The people are given the right to elect the government. However, giving the people power to choose their representatives is not enough. It is important that people should have attitudes and beliefs that conform to democracy. So we have got several rights in which the right of voting is also important, and the rights which are given doesn't mean that it is important that people should have attitudes and belief also that conform to democracy. So it means that we should accept our responsibilities also, how we can contribute. If we have given several rights have been given by the constitution to us, so we should know our duties also. Look at the picture carefully. The strength of a democratic country lies in its people. So we need to be educated, we need to be equal, we need to be treated equally. We should not be treated on the basis of religion, caste, sex. All we are equal in the nation. So this is very important aspect, the right which has been given by the constitution to each citizen. So again, we can say that the strength of a democratic country lies in its people. So, as you know, the making of the Constitution, the Constitution Assembly, which was from the year 1946 to 49, completed the historic task of drafting the Constitution for independent India. How was it done? There were 11 sessions, 165 days of discussion, and 299 members involved. And the main person behind this was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who is also known as the architect of the Indian Constitution. What is in it? Longest written constitution in the world, 395 articles in 22 parts and 12 schedules, provides 6 fundamental rights to the citizens as a preamble capturing its spirit. So this is very important. Now, what was the right given by the Constitution? Before discussing on the rights, I would like to mention that The Constitution granted equal opportunities to people of all social and economic groups. People were free to choose their occupations, and the government jobs were open for all. Special provisions were made for empowering the economic and socially weaker section of the society, like the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and backward classes. So now let us discuss about the rights of people in the Constitution. So these are 6 fundamental rights which have been given by the Constitution. The Constitution guarantees 6 fundamental rights to Indian citizens as follows. First one is right to equality. Means all the person, all the citizen, each and every single citizen of the nation has a right to equality. Right to freedom. Each and every citizen of the nation has a right to freedom, right of speech. You can discuss anything, you can talk about anything in the country. Third is right against exploitation. Very important. You cannot discriminate people. Means no exploitation is allowed in the nation. In terms of gender, in terms of religion, caste, in terms of wealth, no discrimination, no exploitation is allowed. Right to freedom of religion. You are allowed to follow up your religion, to pray or worship your own God, follow the customs. And the 5th one is cultural and educational rights. Each citizen of the nation has the right to get education. In fact, government has provided free educations also to several groups of people on the basis of their background, whether on the basis of gender. If you talk about girls, have been given free education because they are the most affected person in the society. So lot of efforts has been done by the government to upbring the girls, and lot of free educations is given to the girls in all the states of the nation. So in fact, all the citizens, every people, every children in the nation have right to education. Right to constitutional remedies. So this is also important. You have several right to speak if something went wrong, if you do not agree with something. So right to constitutional remedies is important. So the strength of a democratic country lies in its people, you can say. The people are given the right to elect the government. However, giving the people power to choose the representative is not enough. It is important that people should have attitudes and beliefs that conform to democracy. If people are tolerant in the dealing with others, then they understand equality, which is the most important factor of democracy. So here I have several articles. For example, I'll be putting in front of you again Constitution of India. Here are some preambles. We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, in terms of liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, in terms of equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constitution Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt now and give to ourselves this Constitution. So, dear children, so this is very important, the preambles, the right which has been given by the Constitution to its each and every citizen of the country. Now let us discuss about as an example about some of the articles which have been mentioned in the Constitution. So the Indian Constitution recognizes that India is land of diverse culture. In order to protect this diversity and to show respect to various social groups, the Constitution has given certain rights to the people of India, which states that all Indians are equal before the law. No one can be denied justice in the name of caste. So every people are given the right. No Indian can be exploited or forced to work as a child below 14 years. So if you see this preamble, if you again see the first one is about the justice, to explain it. So all Indians are equal before the law. I'm talking about justice. No one can be denied justice in the name of caste, community, gender or religion. No, now next one is liberty. No Indian can be exploited or forced to work. A child below 14 years cannot be made to work, and no person can be made to work without wages. Equality. Every citizen of India is free to live or travel anywhere in the country. So this is equality. Then fraternity. Every India has the right to follow the religion of his or her choice. All religions are equal before the eyes of the law. Every community holds the right to preserve its culture, language and customs. So every Indian has the right to education. And all Indians have the right to constitutional remedies. A person can go to the court if denied any of his or her fundamental rights. So this is important, that a person can go to the court if denied any of his or her fundamental rights. Now again we'll let's have a look of some of the examples. Equality before law. The state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or equal protection for the laws within the territory of India. Article 16, equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. So everyone is equally employed. You can say equality of opportunity in matters of public. You cannot discriminate a girl, a boy in giving employment opportunity to the people. On the basis of religion, on the basis of gender, no discrimination is allowed. Our Constitution provides that the state shall not discriminate against any citizens on the basis of religion, race, caste or sex or origin. So you have the fundamental right of worship, of follow your own religion, your own culture. So you can do worship in your temples or your masjid, gurdwaras, church, whatever it is. Nobody can stop you. All peoples of the country, the children should not be exploited. No Indian can be exploited or forced to work. A child below 14 years cannot be made to work, and no person can be made to work without wages. So this is important. Article 17, this is discuss about the abolition of untouchability. Untouchability, we have already discussed in our previous module, is abolished and its practice in any form is forbidden. The enforcement of any disability arising out of untouchability shall be an offence punishable in accordance with law. Article 19, protection of certain rights regarding freedom of speech, etc. So every citizen in the country has the freedom of speech. Stop interfering with my freedom of speech. So good picture, good message. Protection in respect of conviction or for offences. So any offence on the basis of gender, if you talk about, or discrimination between the male and female, or any religion or caste, you have the right to protest and to complain about it. So this is the protection and respect of the nation of princess. If people are tolerant in their dealings with others, then they understand equality, which is the most important factor after others. Article 20, protection in respect of conviction for offences. Article 21, protection of life and personality liberty. So, protection of life and personal liberty for every citizen, every child, you can say, of the country have the right of education, right of their protection. Article 23, prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labours. So, there is prohibition of mishandling, you can say, certain group of peoples, human beings and forced labours in the country. Article 24, prohibition of employment of children in factories, etc. So this is also an offence. Article 39, certain principles of policies to be followed by the state. Article 43, living wage, etc. for workers. So these are some examples. Promotion of educational and economic interest of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes on the other weaker sections and other weaker sections. So these all facilities, education, economic interest should be promoted to each and every. It should not be discriminated against castes, scheduled tribes, and other weaker sections. All peoples in the nations are equal. Article 44, uniform civil code for the citizens. Article 45, provision of free and compulsory education for children, very important. And Article 46, promotion of educational and economic interest of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other weaker sections. So this is there in various. So at last you can say, if you don't vote, don't complain. Be the change, wish to see the world. This was said by the Mahatma Gandhi, a very good message. This is the right of vote which has been given to every citizen of the country. And if you are not voting, means you are not participating in the government, in the country's development, you can say. So the status of Indian women in the country, when we are is protected by the Constitution. All girls, women in the country should be treated equally. Now, striving for equality. The Constitution of India strives to bring about equality in India. So many of our freedom fighters also fought against the caste-based discrimination which was prevalent in India. Gandhiji coined the term region. For the first time he used the word and coined the term region for those from the untouchable caste. He did great deal of work in removing prejudice from people's minds. And B.R. Ambedkar was another leading figure who fought against caste-based discrimination. So here are the two great peoples of the nation, Gandhiji and B.R. Ambedkar. These two people fought against the discrimination, caste-based discrimination. And when India became a free nation, the founding fathers of our nation began the process of building a new nation. Caste-based discrimination was made a crime as per the Constitution. The Constitution also made provisions for improving the conditions of the downtrodden. The Constitution declared India as a secular country. So we are in fact treated equally, secular, being in a secular country. Unless we put an end to inequality and providing opportunity to all the people, we will not be able to establish true democracy in the country. This means that there is not official religion in India. All religions are equal in the eyes of law. One cannot discriminate against another person on the basis of religion or caste. So here you can have a look at the makers of the Constitution. At last, the government must take the lead and provide the direction for change, and the people should cooperate within the government by being tolerant and open to new ideas. We must understand that if we are to have a just society, we must let go of all prejudices and discrimination prevalent in our homes, communities, school and workplace. So government must take the lead and provide a direction for change. This is very, very important. So hope you must have understood these revision points, and at last a small fun activity for you. What is mentioned in Article 45 of the Constitution of India? So, waiting for the answer. Thank you. Meet you in the next module.